Santa Clara, California, November 12. Sterling Shepard photo by Ezra Shaw. Getty Images. The NFL released their 2018 schedule on Thursday, and we were able to take a look at which teams the New York Giants will face in Pat Shurmur's debut as Big Blue's head coach. After a 10-6 recording trip to the playoffs in 2016, the Giants fell to 3-13 in 2017 and now own the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. It's tough to tell which team the 2018 squad will be more like, especially with more talent who added in the draft. However, after predicting the results of the first half of their schedule yesterday, let's make some early predictions on how Big Blue will fare this upcoming after their Week 9 bye. Week 10. Having 2 weeks to prepare for this one will certainly help the New York Giants. They'll travel out to San Francisco to face Jimmy G and the 49ers, who were 5-0 when Garoppolo started last. His performance earned him $137.5 million, but he'll need to prove he wasn't just a one-hit wonder. The 49ers are expected to add offensive weapons for Garoppolo in the draft because as of right now, they only have Pierre Garçons, Marquise Goodwin, and Jerick McKinnon as threats. They improved their offensive line by taking Weston Richburg away from Big Blue, but that will be another point of emphasis for them next week. San Fran has a lot of young talent up front, including Arik Armstead, DeForest Buckner, and Solomon Thomas. They also have Reuben Foster in the middle as long as he can stay out of trouble, and Richard Sherman leading the secondary. Sherman will be looking to prove the Seahawks wrong but will have his hands with Odell Beckham Jr. If Reuben Foster isn't on the field, the 49ers may also have a tough time covering Evan Engram. We'll see who the Niners add in the draft, but their current crop of weapons shouldn't cause too much trouble for Janoris Jenkins and company as long as they haven't quite on their coach at this point. This won't be easy on the road, but until Jimmy G proves he's legit, I think the Giants can steal a win out west. Page 2. TAMPA, FL, October 1. Odell Beckham Jr. photo by Joe Robbins. Getty Images. Finally a game the New York Giants should be favored in. This is a matchup of perhaps the two most disappointing teams in 2017. The Giants and Bucs both had playoff aspirations last, but will both be picking in the top 7 in this year's NFL draft. Jameis Winston missed 3 games last, resulting in him falling short of 4,000 yards for the first time in his young career. He also struggled with turnovers, 21 in 13 games. He at least has one of the league's best receivers at his disposal as long as the new money in his pockets doesn't slow him down. Mike Evans is fresh off a monster contract extension and will look to continue terrorizing the league. Tampa Bay is missing a feature running back after parting ways with Doug Martin. They'll hope Saquon Barkley falls to them in the draft, but will realistically select a running back in the middle rounds. Covering tight ends was a problem for Big Blue last, and the Bucs have 2 good ones in Cameron Brate and O.J. Howard. The addition of Alec Ogletree will come up big in this matchup. Defensively, Gerald McCoy can blow up the interior of an offensive line. Lavonte David is one of the NFL's best all-around linebackers. And the additions of Vinny Curry and Jason Pierre-Paul should help improve one of the league's worst pass rushes. As far as the secondary goes, it's up for debate whether or not Brent Grimes and Vernon Hargreaves can cover Odell Beckham Jr. and Sterling Shepard. Even after giving the Bucs JPP, the Giants' offensive line should be able to hold their own in this game. If Eli Manning has time to throw, OBJ should have a big game and New York should be able to put points on the board. Mike Evans might find his way into the end zone, but Big Blue's defense should handle Tampa Bay's offense. Page 3. Use your arrows to browse East Rutherford, New Jersey, December 17. Nick Foles photo by Elsa. Getty Images. Big Blue's mini 3-game win streak comes to an end at the hands of the defending world champs. As we talked about yesterday, the Philadelphia Eagles are stacked. Carson Wentz should be back to strength and in a groove by Week 12. Even if Janoris Jenkins can lock down Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz will be a handful for Big Blue, even with Alec Ogletree on board. I also expect the Eagles to add an offensive weapon or 2 in the draft. LeGarrette Blount is now in Detroit, but Jay Ajayi and Corey Clement will provide a solid running back duo for Philly. They also have the benefit of having one of the best offensive lines in the league. Jason Peters is looking to come back from a torn ACL and MCL to join Steven Wisniewski, Jason Kels, Brandon Brooks, and Lane Johnson. That group will make rushing the passer difficult for the Giants, especially without Jason Pierre-Paul. We talked about Philadelphia's defensive line depth and solid secondary. They will make scoring difficult for Eli Manning and company, especially if Manning is constantly on his back. It's hard to admit, but this Eagles team is really good and the Giants will struggle to compete with them in 2018. Use your arrows to browse.